right. So NFL trade came and went. Nobody. I was like some surprises, but nobody who we thought or wanted to get moved at all. Um, I was like, of course, we got like some minor ones where like a guard goes to Jacksonville. I don't really know who that is, so I can't even help you there. Um, I was like the receiver. I mean, the corner for go to Buffalo from Green Bay, which Rasul Douglas. I was like been a pretty like good, decent corner throughout his like NFL tenure. But to be honest, the Buffalo Bills need another corner with White going down. So at this rate, you need all that you sort of can. I don't think it's going to be anything that's going to shore up their defense or nothing like that. They're sort of just where they're at. Not going to make no major improvements or in that way. So then we got Josh Dobbs going to the Vikings. Kirk Cousins go down with an injury for the whole rest of the season. He on that Aaron Rodgers. But at the same time, I mean, that's probably really the best you were going to do, considering all things. Like you wasn't about to. There really wasn't anybody really worth out here trading, or that somebody was going to give up. Like it wasn't going to be. It wasn't going to be like you get Mike White from the Dolphins or anything like that. And with Murray, I guess now he's able to come back. I guess he's gonna be able to play. I mean, hey, I was like, you can't do any worse. To be honest, I think that this is really good for Dobbs. I think he had the Cardinals in pretty much every single game. I think except for one, beat the Cowboys, and like a little upset. But to be honest, he really had the team he has versus what the Vikings can be. I was like, he's gonna have better weapons, but not just better, but also bigger. Because I'm like, his best weapons on the Cardinals, Ertz got hurt for the rest of the year. Hawkinson's better than Ertz. I was like, Justin Jefferson gonna come back. He's better than Hollywood Brown, who's like 5'9", 5'10". And like then you got Addison, who's a better receiver than Rondell Moore, who's like 5'7". And KJ Osborne, which I mean I don't even know who the Cardinals' next receiver is, so yeah, that's a win. And then I was like Connors, I had to been playing like the last few weeks, and that's the only place where I'm like Connors is a better running back to me than Madison, but Madison doesn't get hurt like Connors, so and I also think the defense is pretty much about the same. The Vikings defense came on and been playing better like in the last couple of weeks. And the Cardinals, I was like, I think they defense has been pretty good of keeping them like they've been like better than what we probably would have thought that you would have said with the Cardinals defense. They've been to hold them within being like in some games and stuff like that. That's what I'm sort of saying here. But I think Dobbs is a good. I was like, well, he probably won't start. He won't start this week, but next week he'll probably be able to get in. So that's just be enough with the Vikings being able to be this close. I was like Detroit being like only like a game and a half, I think, above them. So I was like right there, which means they're like in playoff, and there's not that many teams that's really doing that well in the NFC to be there. Yeah, so I think that's a good pick for the Vikings. Now, sort of the surprising ones, I guess, in a sense. Montez Sweat goes to the Bears for a second-round pick. And if you watched any video that I did during offseason, I was sort of saying that I thought that the Bears should have traded for Chase Young for a second-round pick when they declined his fifth-year option, which I'll get to Chase Young in a minute. But I, obviously, because I didn't think that Sweat would be the one because I was like, that's your best pass rusher. Chase had been hurt and stuff like that, which is why he went to the 49ers for a third-round pick. Now, Sweat going to a second round, I was like, obviously, contract year, they're going to give him the money. But you need a young, I was like, one, he's young. Two, you already know what you're going to get pretty much as a pass rusher. He could only go up. They don't have a pass rusher like that. They don't really have any building blocks, to be honest, either, on the defense like that. And the DBs haven't been bad. They just out there so long that they're on the island. You only can cover for so long. So this is gonna just help them. This is gonna just help them. I mean, not this year, but you can also see how he looks at just in case something goes awry. You can be like, whatever. But it helps out Sweat to being like, well, you traded for me, so guess what? You gonna pay me now, sucker. Um, yeah, no. So this is a good overall. You got the best edge rusher of the two, and you paid a second, but I mean, like, you already been willing to deal, and you got enough picks. You got 2 first-round picks, so therefore, the second-round pick doesn't hurt in that same way. And at some point, you only can really have so many young players. Really, like, like this ain't Madden where that all could work. You need some young pieces that don't play that she's sort of gonna get. That's already a known commodity, and let's also be honest. I was like, we don't know how long this coaching stuff gonna be there either. So you need people that what they already know what they doing, not your development. Because so far your development, I'm like, you just happen to, Moore's already been a good receiver, so you ain't develop him. Don't be trying to take that, Anyway, go to Chase Young. That goes to the 49ers. And it's one of them things that's sort of like, because they already got Randy Gregory a couple of weeks ago. Of course, they got Nick Bosa. I was like, it's obviously it's a good pick for the 49ers. Now, whether he comes back or not, I was like, I'm trying to think of all their players. I think Ayuk is the only one I know that's I guess could be a free agent. So I'm like, will they use a franchise tag on Ayuk or will it be on Young? To me, I think they will probably use it on Young and probably sign Ayuk. Because I was like, I can't see him demanding top dollar on the market and nothing like that. Like he's a really good receiver, but I think that's really I don't know, we'll see. But as far as him on the 49ers, I was like, he should basically do what he's been doing. And the reason I say that because I'm like, the Commanders had a really good line with Allen and Payne and Sweat, and he was sort of erratic, and he didn't rack up as many. I mean, he's he's a threat, but he's not. He almost made me think of like Clowney, where it's like top dude, got all the hype, who he is, and sometimes it's just kind of like he's not a bad player, because Clowney's not a bad player, or not like that, but it's the perception of him that you sort of like he's not doing what you sort of believe or think he should, and therefore that's why I sort of like with it. But no, I was like, for the 49ers, I was like, they're trying to gear up because they know they're part of that, like the 4 teams that's in the deep, in the NFC. And I think that, there really wasn't nothing they could do on offense really to boost up their team. They got 2 receivers, they got a tight end, they got the running backs. They got a pretty decent offensive line once Williams come back. I was like, Purdy is a capable quarterback. There's really nothing else you can really do there. Whereas on defense, the only place I see like you could have really did something, like maybe you got if you found a top corner somewhere, but there's really none of them out there. And Ward is really good. The linebackers are great. Your line is good, and you got 1 star crazy pass rusher with Bosa. Gregory, I guess he's going to be a situational pass rusher, but guess what? Now you got 3 pass rushers, and if Bosa is going to take most of the double team with Armstead, Gregory and Chase should be able to take, which they'll probably have Bosa, Armstead, Chase, and Gregory out there. And after like if all of the 3 of them is going, you got to be all prepared for it. It's almost sort of like the Cowboys where they got Parsons, Lawrence, Odigizua, and all them. Like they got a plethora of them where it's like, oh Lord, we're gonna get it from somebody. And the Eagles were the same way too with Carter and I always forget the dude's name, but Cox and all them. So I'm like, and that's really what everybody playing right now, to be honest. I seen Hassan Reddick. So now, yeah. So not what we wanted to. We didn't get any Devontae Adams. We didn't get any Henry. I was like, I wish. I was like, I wish. I was like, you know, I was like, those players could have made somebody pretty decent. You know, I thought Hunter Henry, you know, something like. Cause to me, I'm like, everybody's just like right here, and everybody bunched up. That I'm like, you making a move of some sort can take you from like here with a pack to like here where you just got this many. I guess also Leonard Williams went to the Seahawks as well. I was like it helps the Seahawks a little bit more. You know, get more style on the run, a little bit of a not much of a pass rusher. That would never his like game, but he's a solid tackle. You know, just I was like nothing for me to really write home about that I can really give you here from that perspective. But yeah, no, I was like yeah, no, I was thinking like some other move that could have been sort of cool. But anyway, that's all from the trade deadline. Who y'all wish got traded? I was like, I wish like the Dolphins would have picked up like you know, Derrick Henry or something like that. Where I'm like, yeah, you ain't gonna really stop us. We got somebody running like that with our passing offense. I'm just saying, done deal, over. Like, anyway, that's all I got for here today. I was like, maybe I guess until we'll see how later in the off season goes. But hey, peace. I'm out.